So today is the 13th of August, which means VEDA Day 13, but it also means for lots of people in England, their A-level and AS results have come out today. So I wanted to talk about that very briefly, which is to say a couple of things. One is that I hope you did well, or as well as you wanted to do with your results. But two, no matter what your results are, remember that you are not defined by your grades, and you can still do really cool stuff that you enjoy even if your grades were not what you were expecting or not what you needed or whatever, and you can still do loads of fun stuff. And although you might feel really shitty right now, don't think that you can't do anything. Like, I remember being in that place last year, it was a shitty place, and like, it's so much better now that I've been doing something that I like. So you can find something else, you can find something that's slightly different, you can take a break and come back to your A-levels later. Like, that's entirely possible. And don't feel like you have to do everything and that everything's crumbling around. Like, just find someone to give you a hug. That. Okay. Second thing is that, in a slightly ironic link, I got my grades for my first year of my BTEC back a couple of days ago, and I just haven't mentioned it until now, and I got 2 distinctions, which I'm super happy about. Like, considering how shit I felt about my results last year, I'm really pleased that these are so much better, and I feel so much more proud of the work that I've done this year. And part of that was about really shitty mental health stuff that was happening last year, but part of it is that, like, A-levels are not good for a lot of people, and BTECs can be a lot better for some of those people, so I guess I fall into that category. There were some other things, and now I cannot remember what they are. Oh yeah, I think I might have hay fever. So I look like death now because I have a cold, but I think I also have hay fever. Because every so often, and this has been happening since like May, but I just haven't really thought about it, but every so often, like, my nose, like right here, gets really tingly, like it's doing it like right now. That was a really bad idea. Sophie, why did you touch your nose? This is really bad. Okay, so it's getting really tingly, it moves down to the bottom of my nose, and now my eyes are watering, and I don't know why, and I think it's hay fever. Because, like, when I say this to people, they're like, yeah, that's props hay fever. It's horrible. It's possibly the worst thing ever. I realise that's not actually true, and, like, people have worse hay fever than me. And I don't want it to look like I'm crying. I feel like it looks like I'm crying in video, and I'm not. My eyes are watering. So those are just like introductory things. This is the proper video. So it's summer in the city this weekend, and I'm trying to figure out what the hell I'm gonna go to, because like so much of it is so good, and I have no idea. Like, Friday and Saturday I can probably just about manage. Like, Friday I'm pretty sure I have a plan. Saturday I'm gonna talk to my friend Stevie and I'm gonna come up with a plan. Sunday I have no fucking clue, because okay, so like 1 o'clock there's the mental health panel, the booktube panel, and coming out on YouTube, which I want to go to all of them, and they're all at the same time. And then at 2 o'clock there's Let's Talk About Sex panel, an online safety panel, a young tubers panel, and a Mario Kart tournament, plus a booktube meetup. How do I pick? Can someone? I will be disappointed no matter which one I choose. I don't know how to do this. And like, why couldn't they put some of the things that I don't care about on at the same time? Like, I don't care about Inspired by Japan panel or the Viners panel. Put those at those times so I can go to everything, and I don't help, please, because but like, that's not even the point of today. But just that I'm finding that really frustrating. But I was thinking about all of this and trying to figure out a plan, which I have no idea how I'm gonna do, and I kind of got sidetracked, as I am prone to do when I think about anything, into like cool things. And so I was thinking about all the cool stuff that's probably going to be happening at Summer in the City, and I've been watching loads of VidCon videos and thinking about all the cool stuff that people did there, and I somehow found myself on a Miranda Sings video. I am not a Miranda Sings fan. Like, I don't really know much about her, so it's not like I dislike her, I just was never in that, like, group. And I don't know, it was a video that she did about how they tried to do this, like, scavenger hunt at VidCon, and it didn't really go very well. But, like, by not going well, I don't mean that no one turned up, I mean that, like, too many people turned up, and so VidCon officials were annoyed that she hadn't gone through the proper channels. Like, I feel like that's such a, like, obviously that's a bit shit that they had to stop doing what they were doing, but, like, I feel like that's the best way that it could have gone badly, if that makes sense. Like, it's not that people didn't show up, it's that too many people showed up. Like, too many people wanted to do the thing, and like, I feel like that's such a cool position to be in. Like, I'm saying cool a lot, and I feel like that's probably bad, but like, I was thinking about all these things that I want to be doing and why I'm not just doing them, and several reasons go into that. Like, motivation is one thing that, like, I have currently in the works, a novel, an album, possibly 2 albums, like, loads of shit that I should be doing. Like, I go through phases of being really into one specific thing that I want to be doing. So, like, in November I spent so much time writing my book, and then I basically haven't touched it since. And I went through a really big phase of doing loads of artwork a while ago, and then I just stopped for months at a time. And I do that with basically everything, and so motivation is one issue. Time is another issue. Like, I'd be doing so much more stuff if I didn't, like, have to go back to school in September, or, like, go to sleep at some point, or if it was socially acceptable for me to play music at 4 a.m. Obviously, I can't do that because, like, I have neighbours and a brother who also sleeps in this house, and that'd be really fucking rude. But, like, if time were less of an issue, I think I'd do more stuff. But I think the like, 2 main reasons that I don't do a lot of the stuff that I want to is money, because, like, I don't have any. I mean, I have some, but I don't have enough to do the things that I want to do. Like, I don't have enough to buy plane tickets and just go somewhere fun and interesting I don't have the money to do that. And I don't have the money to kind of just be like, you know what I feel like doing? Having a spontaneous weekend away. Like, even to somewhere, like, pretty close by, like Skeggy or something. I don't have the money to go for a weekend away in Skeggy. And so that's an issue. Like, I don't have the money to go to a professional recording studio, or even to, like, buy better recording equipment. So money is a thing that is stopping me from a lot of stuff. And then the other thing that's not specifically from, like, my own projects of, like, writing a book or releasing an album or anything, those are basically all on me. That's just all on me. But, like, other stuff, YouTube-y stuff, that's a thing that's stopping me is, like, anonymity, or, like, lack of fame. But I don't think it's quite fame, because fame to me is, like, so high up that you kind of, your life changes too much for it to still be your life. But, like, people on YouTube, even people within BookTube, who aren't, like, the top 3, can tweet things, and people favourite it. Like, people favourite every tweet that some people make, and that, like, I don't necessarily want that, but I feel like that's a sign of having enough social something, I don't know what the word is, that you can just create stuff and people will look at it, and you can just do things and people will go to them. Like, some people within the internet can just like be like, you know what, I'm having a bit of a rough day, why don't we have a meetup, or why don't you all send me these things and I'll make something creative with them, and people do it like that day. Whereas I feel like if I did any of that, if I tweeted a thing, it'd sit there and no one would read it and no one would care. And sometimes that's great because it means that I can tweet really like stupid things and no one will see and no one will care. But occasionally it means that I get a really great idea for a thing that I want to do where I want loads of people to be involved, and I have no way of getting any of the people involved. And that sucks sometimes. So, I don't know. I had some thoughts. I talked to you about them. And this video is not as long as it was the first time I recorded it, and nowhere near as bad like the first time I recorded this. It just word vomit for like a solid 15 minutes. So, yeah. I will see you guys tomorrow where I will be at Summer in the City. If you're going to be around, then tweet me with the thing in the doobly-doo. 'Cause like I'll be around, probably be on Snapchat checking or making stories, but I will definitely be on Twitter checking stuff, and I would tell you what panels I'm going to be at, but I still haven't really decided, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.